In the first light of dawn, the Etruscan hills stretched silently beneath a watercolor sky, where the sun began its tender ascent. The air was crisp with the scent of damp earth and wild blossoms, a soothing balm to the senses waking with the world. Gentle whispers of wind danced through the olive groves, their slender leaves shimmering in shades of silver and jade. As morning unfurled, the villagers of the nearby settlement stirred from slumber, their steps echoing softly against the time-worn cobblestones. A chorus of distant bird calls wove melodies into the quiet of the air, mingling with the soft braying of livestock from stone barns. The valley was a tapestry of greens and browns, crisscrossed by winding paths that threaded their way through the landscape, like ancient veins carrying the lifeblood of tradition and quiet prosperity. Dew clung to grass blades, jewels glistening in the newborn light, and every touch of foot met the earth gently. Close by, an elder of the village prepared for a walk, his fingers deftly tying sandals with care, a practice passed down through generations. The sandal's leather felt supple yet sturdy, shaped lovingly by hands that understood the land's homage. In the distance, a thin trail of smoke curled lazily from a cooking hearth, where earthy scents of baking bread combined with the tang of morning fires. Nearby homes, crafted from clay and stone, stood with enduring grace, watching over fields as old as memory. A cluster of children gathered by the village edge, their laughter soft as petals, eager to accompany the elder on his leisurely walk. Faces bright with curiosity, they listened as he shared the tale of the hills, rich with stories of ancient rock and hidden springs. The path waited, a thread of possibility carved into the verdant heart of the hills. Each step promised connection, a journey in harmony not just with the land but with the echoes of past footsteps. All around, the hills nodded with the wisdom of ages, their hum reaching the roots of existence. Beneath a sprawling oak tree, the elder paused, allowing the weight of generations to sink into the earth. The world was a sanctuary, and every rustle, every small breeze, seemed to breathe with the patient power of nature's cycles. He gestured for the children to listen closely, not just with ears but with their whole beings, to hear the unspoken language of trees and stones, the rustling silk of a bird's flight. The children closed their eyes, feeling the interconnectedness of all things, a lesson old as the hills. Continuing his gentle pace, the elder led the group forward, each footstep measured, deliberate, a dance with time itself. The scent of sage and thyme drifted from the open fields, their presence a gentle embrace. As they walked, shadows stretched long and silent across the land, a reminder of enduring cycles, of day following night, of life balancing ever on the edge of quiet moments. The sky cradled them beneath its vast dome, serene in its ancient watchfulness. And so, the morning journey began, weaving through the Etruscan hills, a timeless walk, gentle as the hills themselves, toward the heartbeat of the day just begun. As the small group meandered along the trail, the path unveiled itself gently before them, carved by countless footsteps across the ages. The earth underfoot felt smooth yet firm, a testament to the many who had come before. The hills embraced the walkers with their undulating curves, offering a sense of protection and belonging. Each bend in the path presented a fresh tableau, a tapestry of wild poppies adding a splash of crimson to the verdant hills, their petals bobbing in unison with the gentle breath of the wind. Beyond, verdant vineyards lay nestled, their vines heavy with clusters of unripe grapes, nurtured by the warm kiss of the sun. Ancient oak and cypress stood as silent sentinels, their gnarled branches narrating tales of time etched into their bark. The air hummed with the gentle buzz of bees, tirelessly flitting from blossom to blossom, their work an echo of life's inexorable cycle. Passing a cluster of aromatic juniper bushes, the elder paused, breaking a twig to release a burst of fresh, woody scent. The children inhaled deeply, capturing the memory of this moment, a sensory landmark amidst the tapestry of their youth. The village, now a quaint silhouette against the horizon, whispered of the Etruscan art of zemi, or claywork, hidden among its stone-walled homes. The air retained the faint scent of terracotta, warmed by the morning heat, whispering secrets of artisans' hands shaping legacy. The elder's voice gently rose above the birdsong, sharing ancient legends of the Velthina family and their time-honored skills in metalwork. His words flowed like a rivulet over time-smooth stones, sparking imaginations as they walked. Each child clutched a small token, a smooth pebble, a sprig of thyme, a fallen feather, a keepsake from the rich tapestry of their land. Their simple treasures served as tangible connections to the world unfurling around them, weaving strands of memory into their lives. The sun arched higher, gathering warmth to deliver upon their shoulders. Shadows played beneath their feet, intertwining and parting, a dance as old as the hills themselves. Passing by fields dotted with Etruscan sheep, their bellwethers' gentle tinkling mingled with the soft bleating that marked their gentle passage. The children watched, entranced by the serenity of these woolly wanderers, their eyes wide with wonder. A small stream burbled merrily along the path's edge, its crystalline waters weaving a melody into the hush of hills. The laughter of the children mingled with its cheerful tune, lending harmony to the landscape. Here the path split toward the grove of ancient laurels, their aromatic leaves whispering tales of the gods and heroes who had once graced the earth with their presence. The group lingered, dipping their hands into the cool stream, a ritual as timeless as the hills. And so the morning wore on, each step along the path cementing a connection with history, each breath an embrace of nature's eternal wisdom, guiding them gently further into the heart of the Etruscan hills. The sun climbed steadily, casting a warm glow upon the Etruscan hills as the small band of walkers sought the cool embrace of an oak grove. Ancient, these trees were custodians of the land, their vast canopies interlocking above like nature's cathedral. Beneath the shade, the group paused, reveling in the respite from the sun's gentle intensity. The ground was littered with acorns and leaf mold, a soft carpet that muffled their footsteps and cushioned their rest. The elder leaned against a thick, grooved trunk, feeling the strength of the centuries that had passed through this grove. Here time seemed fluid, the line between past and present blurring under the tranquil watch of these mighty oaks. The air was alive with the subtle scent of musk and earth, mingling with the sweetness of distant wildflowers. Somewhere above, a rustle betrayed the presence of a squirrel, its quick movements a small distraction in the hush. As the children gathered round, the elder's voice rose again, gravelly and kind, weaving stories as ancient as the grove itself. He spoke of rituals that honored the earth and sky, of sacred rites carried out beneath these very branches. Softly, the children echoed legends of old within the oak's shelter. Their voices were gentle incantations, linking their youthful enthusiasm to the ages that had unfolded before them. In their eyes shone the knowledge that the past lived on through them. Nearby, a gentle breeze stirred the branches, leaves whispering like wise spirits in conference. The rustling became a symphony, an orchestra conducted by nature herself, a soothing accompaniment to their quiet reflections. In this sanctuary, the walkers took time to listen to the world, to the oak's stories whispered in a language beyond words. There was peace in this timeless place, a balm that healed the soul, knit from nature's fibers. Somewhere, the faint melody of a piped song floated on the breeze, a distant shepherd tending his flock upon another hill. The sound was gentle, a harmonious note that joined the sounds of the earth in mutual understanding. Their moment of rest spun out, interrupted only by chatter and the gentle rearrangement of their seating upon the leaf-strewn ground. Laughter punctuated the calm, its echoes swallowed by the times that watched from the shadows. As their tales came to an interlude, the elder nodded toward the path, suggesting that onward lay more discoveries of their world. The children rose, touched by the grove's magic, carrying with them the serenity of this ancient respite. Together they left the grove, leaving the ancient oaks to stand as they always had, vigilant and venerable, protectors of the land's memory. The path unfurled before them once more, inviting their journey to continue. Emerging from the cool embrace of the oak grove, the path opened into a vast expanse of meadow, its grasses waving gently in a melody of green and gold. The air here carried the sweet perfume of blooming clover and sun-warmed hay, a fragrant tapestry threaded with the hum of industrious bees. The meadow stretched like a living carpet, its surface dotted with the cheerful crowns of daisies and buttercups, each blossom a small sun in its own right. Beneath the canopy of sky, their walk resumed a leisurely pace, unhurried and harmonious with the world around them. Nearby, a brook meandered lazily through the grass, its sparkling waters skipping over stones with a gentle murmur. Fish darted beneath the surface, their scales shimmering as they followed the stream's rippling dance toward the unseen horizon. On the meadow's edge, a solitary shepherd stood watchful over a small herd of goats, whose bleating harmonized with the gentle rustle of the breeze. The animals moved with ease, grazing the lush vegetation, each step a testament to the peaceful rhythm of pastoral life. The children, full of boundless energy, darted forward into the meadow's open embrace, their feet leaving temporary imprints upon the earth. Their laughter rose like birds in flight, joining the chorus of the meadow in a symphony of unbridled joy. They paused to gather wildflowers, their small hands creating bouquets of nature's wonders. Daisies intertwined with poppies, and lavender stalks added their own soft aroma to the offerings they presented to the elder. Smiling, the elder accepted the floral tribute, each bloom a symbol of nature's enduring gift. He plucked a single daisy and shared its precious simplicity with the children, who marveled at its perfection, a reminder of the intricate beauty in life's seemingly ordinary moments. The meadow, vast and unending, seemed a world unto itself, a sanctuary untouched by time's pressing demands. Here, beneath the vast blue canopy, life flowed at a gentle pace, each moment reverberating with the whisper of history. In this peaceful haven, the harmony of nature and humankind was manifest, the meadow a testament to the Etruscans' profound connection with the earth. Their legacy seemed written across every blade of grass, every glint of sunlight, singing of existence in balance. As the afternoon sun began its descent, the light softened, casting long, languid shadows across the meadow. It painted the world in warm hues, softening outlines and coaxing those walking to pause and revel in the day's fading glow. Time slipped by like the brook, subtly altering the landscape in its slow passage. Yet in these quiet moments, time felt inconsequential, a mere backdrop to life's gentle unfolding, preserved in the heartbeats of the earth. Stepping forward, the walkers continued on, the meadow's beauty a cherished memory carried with them, a soft reminder of life intertwined with nature's vast story. The path gradually inclined, leading the group away from the meadow's verdant embrace and up a gentle slope where the wind whispered in the language of unseen spirits. The whispering winds carried tales of yore, their touch a soft caress against cheeks warmed by the sun's patient gaze. Here, on this tranquil slope, the landscape opened like an ancient text, etched with the passage of countless seasons. Wild thyme and marjoram brushed gently against sandals, releasing wafts of herbal fragrance that mingled with the breath of the earth. The children clambered upward, their small hands reaching out to the shrubby branches for balance. Each step grew more deliberate, the rhythm of their ascent harmonizing with the steady currents of the hillside breeze. Above, hawks soared in elegant circles, their keen eyes surveying the tapestry of land below, guardians of this vast, gentle realm. Their shadowed forms passed over the travelers like fleeting moments, leaving the awe of free flight in their wake. As the group paused midway up the hillside, the elder gestured towards the distant horizon where the hills met the sky, his words carried softly by the wind. He spoke of the Etruscans, their life interwoven with nature's rhythm, their stories carried by winds that never rested. The children listened, amber-eyed and intent, gathering the elder's words into their hearts. They closed their eyes, letting the wind tell its own tales, feeling the stories written in air and sky and land. The hillside was a patchwork of textures, from the soft tufts of grass beneath their feet to the rugged outcroppings of rock, each boulder a monument carved by nature's patient sculptor. The ground spoke of endurance and quiet strength, a reminder of the soil from which all life sprang. From this vantage, the world lay open, its beauty spread like a gentle canvas. Fields stretched toward the horizon, dotted with the silhouettes of distant trees, a serene landscape bathed in the soft light of an Etruscan afternoon. A symphony of rustling leaves accompanied them as they resumed their journey, their footsteps weaving new tracks amongst the ancient. Each whisper of the wind seemed a nod from ancestors long ensconced in the hillside's embrace. They felt the unity of sky and earth, sun and shade, a dance eternal and sweet. The hillside was alive, breathing stories into the air, its whispers mingling with their own memories. As they neared the crest, the soft murmur of the wind gave way to quiet exclamations, the view stretching further than the eye could hold, offering glimpses of the valley beyond, painted in dusk's first brushstrokes of color. In that moment, time paused, embracing them gently. They stood partway up the world, listening to the wind and the stories it cradled in silence, a hush as ancient and inviting as the Etruscan hills themselves. Reaching the summit, the travelers paused, caught in a moment where earth and sky meet, where time seems to unravel, leaving behind a timeless landscape. The hilltop commanded a panoramic view of the Etruscan plains, each curve and crest of the land whispering ancient stories. A gentle breeze teased their hair, carrying with it the scent of pine mingled with the cool, earthy aroma of the hillside. It caressed the skin with a familiar touch, like an old friend welcoming them home to a place they had always belonged. Below, the ribbons of paths crisscrossed the landscape, each one a thread in the vast tapestry of Etruscan life. These were arteries of connection, linking settlements and sanctuaries and echoing the daily journeys of the past. The elder stood silently, allowing the children to absorb the vista. His eyes swept over the distant horizon, as though seeing beyond the present into the folds of history, map written into the earth. His presence was a bridge across time, a voice echoing the wisdom of generations. As they stood, the plains seemed to sigh with life, the rustling of wheat fields, the soft lowing of cattle, and the distant chime of temple bells blending into a tranquil symphony. It was a landscape alive with stories, its every breath harmonizing with the present. Nearby, the children found a collection of smooth stones, sun-warmed and ancient, that offered a tangible link to the past. With careful hands, they arranged the stones into small cairns, silent tributes to those who had walked the land before them. The landscape, though vast and seemingly eternal, was marked by ephemeral shades, with each shadow slipping gently across the earth, musing in time's measured dance. Sunlight stretched tendrils towards the horizon, shifting the tapestry with each passing moment. An eagle soared overhead, its silhouette casting a fleeting shadow across the hilltop, a reminder of the freedom and majesty that had inhabited these heights through the ages. The bird's cry echoed like a herald, celebrating the harmony of the world below. The elder began to recount tales of old, where hills housed temples under whose eaves knowledge was shared and families gathered. His words, gentle like the breeze, painted images of bustling markets and quiet domestic life amid the Etruscan landscape. As the stories unfurled, the children sat captivated by the elder's presence, their imaginations painting vivid pictures of ancient times, a colorful world where people and nature lived in lush synchrony under the generous sky. The sun began its descent, painting the landscape in hues of amber and gold. Shadows lengthened across their path, their shapes shifting in the gentle rhythm of the waning light. Letters of the past written anew with every dusk. In this place, a hushed peace settled over them, resonating with the timeless whispers of an Etruscan heritage. The vast view below became more than a mere landscape. It was a living chronicle, enfolding them with its quiet grace, ever present and eternally patient. The descent from the hill began with a gentle slope, leading the travelers into the welcoming arms of a fertile valley. Here the air was rich with the fragrant promise of growing things, earthy and sweet, a blend of scents that whispered of life thriving in abundance. As they walked, the path wound through a tapestry of olive groves, their gnarled trunks speaking of years shaped by patient hands. The leaves shimmered in the golden light, casting patterns upon the ground, a dance between sun and shadow. The gentle murmur of a nearby stream greeted them, its waters weaving through the landscape with an ever-changing song. The stream was a ribbon of life, nurturing the valley's bounty, its cool fingers nourishing roots and branches alike. Here, terraced fields unfurled in orderly rows, the result of diligent cultivation that wove human endeavor into the rich earth. The fields, vibrant with crops, bore testament to the Etruscans' deep understanding and respect for the land's rhythms. The elder pointed out the ancient irrigation channels, a marvel of engineering that carried water to thirsty roots, ensuring the valley's prosperity through the changing seasons. The children watched in quiet admiration, seeing history reflected in the flowing water. A gentle breeze carried the sound of voices, soft and harmonious, from farmers working amidst the rows. Their toil was a song unto the land, each chore a note in the symphony of life that played out in the valley's embrace. The sun hung gently overhead, casting a warm glow over the verdant landscape, coaxing brilliance from the lush green firs of vine and leaf. Tiny lizards basked on warmth-gathering stones, heedless of the passing travelers. Here, amid the vibrant colors of the valley, the elder spoke of gratitude. the Etruscans' ritual appreciation for the gifts of the land. A small altar nestled beneath a fig tree stood as a humble testament to this devotion. The children, hands filled with gathered flowers, placed them gently upon the altar, a gesture acknowledging the sacred harmony between human and earth. In this valley, every action was bound into the fabric of existence, a prayer in the language of leaves and soil. Pausing near a cluster of grapevines, the travelers savored the sun-warmed fruit, its sweetness bursting upon their tongues. It was nourishment in its purest form, a direct gift from the land, connecting them to the Etruscan spirit of abundance. The valley wrapped them in its gentle bounty, an embrace that offered solace and strength. Their path through this fertile haven revealed the timeless partnership between humankind and nature, a unity of purpose that lived on. As they journeyed onward, the valley song accompanied them, a melody of continuity, echoing with each step. In its embrace, they found a haven of stillness, a reminder of life's perpetual ebb and flow, watched over by the quiet grace of the Etruscan hills. The path meandered gently into the heart of expansive vineyards, where rows of grapevines stood elegantly, their verdant leaves whispering secrets in the light afternoon breeze. The vineyards formed a serene patchwork across the valley, their vines heavy with ripening fruit, tinged by the sun's loving brush. Here the scent of earth mingled with the delicate perfume of grape and leaf, a fragrance born of patience and tending. The air was alive with the soft buzz of bees, drawn to the sweetness that hung on the branches like jewels waiting their time. Amidst the vineyard walkways, workers moved with an easy grace, their hands nimble among the vines. Each movement was driven by a generational knowledge, the art of winemaking woven into the fabric of their existence. Children eagerly listened as the elders spoke of the process by which grape was transformed into wine, a craft as old as the Etruscan hills themselves. His words painted a world where the alchemy of time and skill created something both worldly and sacred. A winemaker approached, smiling warmly, and offered them a taste, tiny cups brimming with the juice that held the soft promise of the future's wine. Its flavor was a bright burst upon the tongue, a preamble to the richness yet to come. The group paused beneath the shade of an ancient olive tree, its branches creating a natural arbor beneath which to rest. Here, they shared in the bounty, simple fare of bread and cheese, paired with the offerings of the vineyard. Each bite was a reminder of life's pleasures, the connection of community, and the quiet gratitude for nature's generosity. A gentle laughter echoed in the air, intermingling with the rustle of leaves and the harmonious murmur of distant conversation. The vineyards, rich in color and life, stretched under the sky's vast look. The sunlight painted the clusters of grapes in tones of amethyst and jade, a living kaleidoscope that shifted with the passing clouds. In this green haven, the elders shared stories of past vintages celebrated with joy and reverence, festivals that marked the cycle of seasons and honored the earth's giving hand. The children listened, their imaginations dancing with visions of joyous celebrations. As the afternoon deepened, the light grew softer, brushing the world in hues of gold and lavender. Shadows elongated among the vines, ushering in a gentle calm, a reminder of the day's gentle progression toward evening. Saying their farewells to the generous earth and its guardians, the travelers moved onward, carrying with them newfound understanding and the vineyard's peaceful essence. The path unwound beneath them, a quiet companion in their journey through the bountiful realm of Etruria. The vines, remaining a steadfast thread in the land's tapestry, spoke of continuity, a perpetual cycle of growth and harvest, a testament to life's bittersweet beauty, sustained by human hands and nature's eternal grace. Continuing their tranquil journey, the group found themselves approaching an ancient Etruscan temple, its stone facade peeking through a grove of cypress and laurel. The sacred site stood in quiet dignity, woven into the tapestry of the hills, its presence a beacon of serenity and tradition. The path leading to the temple was lined with wild lavender, its aromatic blooms releasing subtle notes into the gentle breeze, a fragrant guide welcoming them toward this place of reverence. As they drew closer, the world seemed to hush, the air filled with a sense of sacred quiet. Cicadas sang softly from the branches above, their persistent rhythm a comforting hymn that mingled with the whispering wind. The sunlight filtered through the trees, dappling the ground with light that flickered like the gentle dance of a candle's flame. Stone steps, worn smooth by the countless souls of pilgrims, ascended to the temple threshold, Each tread bore a story, each step a connection to the spirit of those who had sought solace and wisdom within these walls. The children gazed up with wide-eyed wonder at the temple's columns, their ornate carvings depicting scenes of nature and myth, telling tales of gods and mortals intertwined in a timeless embrace. The stones whispered of devotion and artistry, stories etched delicately over eons. The elder, with a nod of respect, guided them into the temple's shadowed interior. Inside, the air was cool and still, imbued with the scent of incense and ancient wood. Here the outside world fell away, leaving only the quiet pulse of timeless reverence. Soft chants echoes in the serene hollow, recitations offered as gifts to gods who watched patiently from their celestial abode. Flickering oil lamps cast light upon the temple's heart, creating a play of light and shadow that seemed to dance with unseen entities. The altar, simple yet profound, held offerings of grain and fruit, tokens of gratitude left by worshippers who honored the benevolence of life. Each item spoke of thanksgiving, a silent conversation with the divine. The group gathered near, each engaging in their own quiet reflection, absorbing the temple's tranquility. The elder shared the significance of this sacred place, a reminder that the threads of life and spirit were ever woven as one. Outside, the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the temple threshold. The air was filled with the soothing sound of leaves rustling gently against one another, a sigh of time itself. Leaving the temple, their hearts felt lighter for having stood in its embrace. The path ahead lay bathed in the golden glow of approaching dusk, a gentle reminder of life's constant renewal. Their footsteps carried an unspoken promise to cherish nature's sanctity, to walk with the wisdom of the ancient Etruscans nestled within their hearts, a vow cradled by the eternal hills, held in the watchful arms of endless sky. The sky overhead had begun its transformation, the blue deepening into richer shades of indigo and gold as the sun dipped lower, casting a mellow light across the Etruscan landscape. Their steps led them back along the sunlit paths, now entering the gentle realm of twilight. The evening air carried a fresh coolness, a tender caress brushing the tiredness from their limbs as they walked. Crickets had begun their evening chorus, adding a rhythmic backdrop to the quiet conversation and soft laughter shared among them. Evening shadows wove intricate patterns on the ground, moving with the breeze across fields now hushed and waiting for night's embrace. Above, the first stars shyly peeked through the canopy of dusk, twinkling like distant hearths in the vastness of sky. The village, softly silhouetted against the fading light, awaited their return with open arms. The comforting scent of hearth fires mingled with the crisp air, a promise of warmth and rest after the day's gentle wandering. As they neared the village, the sight of flickering lanterns greeted them, casting a welcoming glow that touched each face with a golden hue. The home stood serene, guardians of countless memories bathed in the soft light of evening. Neighbors greeted them with smiles and nods, acknowledging the shared bond of a timeless day spent in harmony with nature's rhythm. Their presence added to the village's quiet hum, life unfolding in a dance older than stone and sky. The children, their hands filled with treasures collected along the journey, bounded ahead, eager to recount the stories of ancient hills and whispering winds. Their laughter echoed like bells through the village square, a joyous refrain in the fading light. The elder paused for a moment, casting a last look over the landscape, a world softened by twilight, vast yet intimate. His heart swelled with gratitude for the land that had cradled them, its stories weaving into the fabric of their being. As they reached the warmth of the family hearth, the air hummed with contentment. The hours spent in communion with the land provided solace and strength. A tapestry of peace and understanding laid gently over the soul. A shared meal awaited, simple and nourishing, each bite a connection deepened by the day's experiences. As they broke bread together, the echoes of tradition and kinship blessed the gathering, a reminder of the ever-present gift of community. Outside, the last light of day sighed into the embrace of night, the soft glow of the moon a guardian watching over the sleeping hills. The valley was enfolded in quietude, a promise of renewal awaiting the dawn. And so, under a canopy of stars, the travelers settled into gentle slumber, hearts full with the day's memories. The night wrapped them in her soothing embrace, and in dreams, the Etruscan hills whispered again their eternal stories on the breath of the wind. And thus through the veils of time their lives whisper to ours, a soft reminder of all that was and all that lingers still.